Okay. Okay, con thấy ha. You can see it, right?
Huh?
You can see it?
Yeah.
Good, good. Put our palm together. Can you do 3 times?
Namo fundamental teacher, Sakya Muna Buddha. Namo fundamental teacher, Sakya Muna Buddha. Namo fundamental teacher, Sakya Muna Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000, a million eons is difficult to encounter. Oh, then. Now that I come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one true and actual meaning.
Oh, good. You know the meaning of the New Year? Hmm? Tell me what you know about the New Year.
I don't know. It's just a big celebration.
Okay. Every country they have their own New Year, right? So actually, in the Western New Year, they have they using the Western calendar. We start celebrate the Western New Year on the January 1st. Okay, that is the Western New Year. But in the Asian country like China, Vietnam, China, and I think it's Korea and Japan, I think. We celebrate the Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year, not Chinese New Year. We don't call Chinese New Year, but we call Lunar New Year. Okay? The Lunar New Year, it means we have the lunar calendar. Lunar calendar. It's almost similar to the Western calendar, but only sometimes they have the month. Sometimes we have 13 months. Only I think every 4 years we have 13 months, but the rest is similar. So and actually the Lunar New Year it means that the old year gone, right? That means we have to let go all the bad thing, all the bad habit, or whatever in the past. We let it go, right? We don't hold back. Remember, do not hold back the old history, especially for the bad thing, right? When we hold back, what happened?
We're not able to take chances.
We will be suffer, right? We will encounter a suffering, right? So on the new year, that means that everything we begin with the new day, new year, and that means we start with the new. We the first thing, the first day of the new year. What word you do? You know what we usually do in Vietnam?
No.
Okay, this is what we do. All the children, we go to we we trading, we treating the parent. That means we pay respect to the parent and wish them have a good health and long life and happy life, and that the children always do. So the parent give give the children the red envelope. That means uh, uh, a symbolic of the good luck, right? It's symbolic for the good luck. So when we go to the parent, huh?
That's what we did.
Yeah, that is for the reason that so we always wish them to be live healthier and long live. But importantly, we in our culture, we respect the parent the most, the foremost. Why do we need to respect them? Do you know why?
Because they raised us and we're the reason that um, the person is alive.
They sacrifice everything for us, right?
Mhm.
They give us a life. They bring us to life. They give everything, even their own life sometimes. Yeah. Okay, today we will start out this. And on the second day, what we do is we go out and we go to our go out to a relative. Oh, on the first day we with our parent as well the grandparent for the first day on the first day. But the second day we visit the relative, the uncle and the aunt. We do that. And on the third day, you know who we will go and to say the good word to who? Do you know who?
To other people, maybe.
Okay, beside other people, friend and teacher, who is important?
Um, our friends. I don't know.
We go out and we treating the teacher. We respect and we honor the teacher. Do you know why?
Because they teach us.
Okay, they in school they give us the knowledge, right?
Mhm.
And without the knowledge, you cannot be able to become a successful person, right? Because knowledge is a power. Is that true?
Mhm.
And we always respect them due to the kindness they give to us, right?
Mhm.
And secondly, there are two types of teacher in the world. The first type of teacher is the school teacher or the education teacher. That's the one who gives you the knowledge, who gives you the intelligence. But the second type of the teacher is we call the spiritual teacher. The second type of the teacher is called the spiritual teacher. They give you the wisdom. Does it make sense?
Mhm.
Be, can you tell me intelligence and wisdom, which one is important?
Wisdom.
Wisdom is so important because what? Let's say that intelligence. Do you think intelligence can be always be a good friend?
Sometimes it misguides your judgment and human
Yeah.
emotion.
You know what? When the person is so intelligent and they do not have the moral code, that means they don't have the ethical background. You know what happened? They can become a very dangerous person.
Mhm.
They harm other people. Does it make sense? And you know that a lot of time we have the economy. A lot of time we have a economy collapse. You have, for example, in 2008, usually come from the intelligent people, the one who messed up the intelligent, the economy, because for their greedy, they so greedy, they manipulate the economy and they only take things for themselves. And you know what? Due to that, economy can be easily collapsed. Does it make sense? But the wise, the wisdom people, they do not do that because they don't have greedy. The difference between the intelligent and the wise, the wise person do not have greed, do not have, well, they they do not have much anger. No, they don't have it. They try to manage their own. They always look at themselves. They don't look outside for. They don't look at other people's mistakes. They don't criticize people. Does it make sense? But the intelligent people always criticize others, and they don't see themselves for their mistake. Okay. All right. So therefore, we should honor our teacher. The more we honor the parent and the teacher, this is the root of the root character of the moral person, the root character of the goodness. Does it make sense? If the people who do not have the gratitude to the one who helped us, do you think they can become a good person? No, absolutely not. They become a terrible person, right? So in in our culture, we always pay respect to our parent and teacher. The same thing in Buddhism. Okay. Okay. Now today I will show you. Um, all right. Can you read this thing one for me?
The Filial Piety Sutra. The Buddha speaks about the deep kindness of parents and the difficulty in repaying it. Thus, I have heard at one time the Buddha dwelt at Varvasti in the Jeddah Grove, in the garden of the benefactor of orphans, and the solitary together with the gathering of great Bhukshas. 1,250 in all, and with all the Bhaghistavas, 38,000 in all. At that time the world honored one led to the great assembly on the walk towards the south. Suddenly they came upon a pile of bones beside the road. The world honored one turned to face them, placed his 5 limbs on the ground, and bowed respectfully. Ananda put his palms together and asked the world honored one, the Tathagata is the great teacher of the triple realms, humans and gods, and the compassionate fathers of beings of the 4 kinds of birth, all living.
Đến gần gần được không? I could not hear you. Okay, can you stay closer? Go ahead. No, I could not hear you.
Thus I heard at one time the Buddha dwelt at Sravasti in the Jeddah Grove, in the garden of benefactor of orphans, and the solitary together with a gathering of great Bhukshas, 1,250 in all, and with all the Bodhisattvas, 38,000 in all. At that time the world honored one led to the great assembly on a walk towards the south. Suddenly they came upon a pile of bones beside the road. The world honored one turned his face to turn them, placed his 5 limbs on the ground, and bowed respectfully. Ananda put his palms together and asked the world honored one, the Tathagata is the great teacher of the triple realms, which is a human and gods, and the compassionate father of beings of the 4 kinds of birth, all living beings. He has the respect and now reverence of the entire assembly. What is the reason that he is now bowed to the pile of dry bones? The Buddha told Ananda, although all of you are my foremost disciples and have been members of the Sangha for a long time, you still have not achieved far-reaching understanding. This pile of bones could have belonged to my ancestors from former lives. They could have been my parents in many past lives. That is the reason I now bow to them. The Buddha continued speaking to Ananda. These bones we are looking at uh, can be divided into 2 groups. One group is composed of the bones of men, which are heavy and white in color. The other group is composed of the women, which are light and black in color. Ananda said to the Buddha, world honor one, when men are alive in the world, they adore their bodies in robes, belts, shoes, hats, and other fine attire, so that they could clearly assume a male appearance. When a woman are alive, they put on cosmetics, perfumes, powders, and elegant fragrances to adorn their bodies, so that they could clearly assume a female appearance. Yet once man and woman die, all that is left are their bones. How does that one tell them apart? Please teach us how you are able to distinguish them. The Buddha answered Ananda, if when men are in the world they enter temples, listen to explanations of sutras and Vinaya texts, makes obs- obedience to the triple gem, and recite the Buddha's name. Then when they die, their bones will be heavy, white in color. Most women in the world have little wisdom and are saturated with emotions. They give birth to raise children feeling that this is their duty. Each child relies on their mother's milk for life and nourishment, and that milk is a transformation of the mother's blood. Each child can drink up to 1,200 gallons of their mother's milk. Because of this strain on the mother's body whereby the child takes milk for his nourishment, the mother becomes worn and haggard, and so her bones turn black in color and light in weight. When Ananda heard these words, he felt a pain in his heart as he as if he had been stabbed and wept silently. He said to the world honored one, how can one repay one's mother's kindness and virtue? The Buddha told Ananda, although all you are my, oh, I already read that. The Buddha told Ananda, listen well, and I will explain it for you in detail. The fetus grows in its mother's womb for 10 lunar months. What bitterness she goes through while it dwells there. In the first month of pregnancy, the life of the fetus is as precocious as a dewdrop of grass. How likely that it will not last from morning to evening, but will evaporate by midday. During the second lunar month, the embryo congeals like curds. In the third month, it is like coagulated blood. During the fourth month of pregnancy, the fetus begins to assume a slightly human form. During the fifth month in the womb, the child's 5 limbs, 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head start to make a shape. In the sixth lunar month of pregnancy, the child begins to develop the essences of the six senses faculties: the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. During the seventh month, the 360 bones and joints are formed, and the 84,000 hair pores are also complete. In the eighth lunar month of the pregnancy, the intellect and the 9 apertures are formed. By the ninth month, the fetus has learned to assimilate the different nutrients of the foods it eats. For example, it can assimilate the essence of peaches, pears, certain plant roots, and the 5 kinds of grains. Inside the mother's body, the solid internal organs used for storing hang downward, while the hollow internal organs are used for processing spiritual upward. These can be likened to 3 mountains which rise from the face of the earth. We call these mountains Mount Sumeru, Karma Mountain, and Blood Mountain. These analogous mountains
Put put closer. I can hear you. Closer.
mounds come together and form a single range in the pattern of upward peaks and downward valleys. So too the conjugulation of the mother's blood from the internal organs form a single substance, which becomes the child's food. During the 10th month of pregnancy, the body of the fetus is completed and ready to be born. If the child is extremely frail, it will emerge with palms joined together in respect, and the birth will be peaceful and uh, auspicious. The mother will remain uninjured by the birth and will not suffer pain. However, if the child is extremely rebellious in nature to the extent that is capable of committing the 5 rebellion acts, then it will enter its mother's womb, rip apart its mother's heart and liver, or get entangled in its mother's bones. The birth will feel like the slices of 1,000 knives or 10,000 sharp swords stabbing her heart. Those are the agonies involved in the birth of a defiant and rebellious child. To explain more clearly, there are 10 types of kindness bestowed by the mother on the child. First, the first is the kindness of providing protection and care while the child is in the womb. The second is the kindness of bearing suffering during the birth. The third is the kindness of forgetting all the pain once the child is born. The fourth is the kindness of eating the bitter herself and saving the sweet for the child. The fifth is the kindness of moving the child to a dry place and laying in the wet herself. The sixth is the kindness of suckling the child at her breast and nourishing, bringing up the child. The seventh is the kindness of washing away the unclean. The eighth is the kindness of always thinking of the child when it has traveled far. The ninth is the kindness of deep care and devotion. The 10th is the kindness of ultimate pity and sympathy.
Good. Stop right here. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, let me show you. This is good, right? This is very good. Okay. What happened when the Buddha see the pile of bone? What did he do?
He bowed down to it.
You see, he see a pile of bone beside the door. He bowed to it. And Ananda, that means his closest attendant, asked the Buddha, the world honorable, you are the great teacher of the Superman. That means the human in God. And you are the compassionate father of being. That means all being. He had the respect and reverence of the entire assembly. What is the reason that he now bowed to a pile of dry bone? And the Buddha said, what the Buddha said in here?
The Buddha basically said that the bones could have belonged to his ancestors and could have been like his great grandparents and stuff.
His his parent in the past, right? In many past life. See, the Buddha is the one who showed us. He's a good role model, right? He's a good role model to show us that he always honor the parent, even the parent in the past. Not only the parent of the current life, also the parent in the past. You see, when he see the bone, the pile of bone on the beside the road, he just bow down because he know that in those bones they could be belong to his ancestor from the former life and could be his parent many life, many past life. See that, and he the one, he the teacher, he the great teacher of human and God. That means everyone respect him, but he still bow to the bone. You see that? That's important. So we need to learn how to honor our parents in the way that the Buddha honor his parents. That's important. Okay, that's good. And the Buddha said, well, the man, the bone of the man, the bone of the man are heavy and white color. The bone of the woman, which are light and black in color. And why was that? Why were
Because the mother had to suffer through childbirth, such as giving her child 12,000 tons of or gallons of breast milk and caring for the child, which brought a lot out of the woman, making her bones light
mm,
and her bones black too.
wow, okay, good. That means when the baby inside her womb, right? She had to carefully to make sure she the good protect. She have a good protection for the child and with the care, right? Therefore, She had to go through a lot of suffering during the pregnancy, as well as the time when she gave birth to the baby. She had to go through the suffering just like a thousand of shorted stick cut her own flesh. That's how suffer the mother give birth to the baby. You see that? She been through a lot of suffering to give birth to us. And you know what? When the baby come out, right? We drink her milk, 1,200 gallon. And you know when we talking about the mother milk, it means her nutrition and her blood. Her blood become milk. You see that? When we set the mother milk, we set her blood. Therefore, her bone become black in color and it's light, right? Does it make sense to you? Yeah. And very tough, right? Very tough. And this is the Buddha describe the 10 month, inside the mother womb. The first month, the Buddha said, the fetus is just like a real drop on the grass. You know the real drop, right? Just like the drop of water on the grass. It could be evaporate by the midday. Maybe we see in the morning, but in the afternoon it's gone, right? So it's not easy to holding the fetus, right? To keep the fetus. But on the second month, the embryo congeal like curve. This is called the condensed. The embryo is just like the condensed milk, like the condensed milk. In the third month, it is like the blood. But during the 4th month, the fetus begin to assume slightly human form. But during the 5th month, the womb in the trial 5 limbs, 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head start to take shape. This is the 5th month. Okay? And in the 6th month, the fetus develop the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, and the mind. During the 7th month, the 360 bone and joint are formed, and the 84,000 hair pole are also complete. You see, in the 8th lunar month of the pregnancy, the intellect and the 9th aperture are formed. And the 9th month, the fetus learn to the different nutrition of the food it eats. But in the 10th month, the baby is complete. You see that? That is. I will show you. I will show you this. You will see how the Buddha talk about the 38 week of the pregnancy. I show you this. This is important. I teach this one, and I will want to you. I teach this one for adults, but it's good for you to see it. Okay. Mm. Mm. Bordeaux. You know what is the border mean? The border mean that means the person just passed away and they in the middle in intermediate state before they be born into the new destiny. This is called the border state. And I teach the adult about this. This is a very profound teaching. But later on, if you like, I will teach you. Huh? Okay, you see this? Okay, week number 1, the Buddha said, Kalala like a condensed milk. Week number 2, feel the rising of the karma wind, name universal completeness flowing both sides of the mother belly, make the kalala into the condensed milk, and so and to about to show appearance of the human called Anfuya. Okay. The week number 3. Okay, every week there is the karma wind with its different name. That means the power of the karma create the human being form. You understand? The karma, that means the action of the mind, the mouth, and the body we create in the past, that become the power of the karma. It create the defeated body. You understand that? Okay. Okay, feel the rising of the common wind named storm out. Due to the power of this common wind, the body and Fuya have the shape of 2 arms, flow like a pestle, 2 pound, the herbal medicine. This is how it look like. And you see this? The Buddha said, feel the arising of the common wind named holding on. Due to the power of this common wind, make the shape of 2 arms flow from jhana. That means 2 arm form, right? It's like a curve of shoe. You see, this is a curve of shoe right here. I compare the Buddha teaching with the medical view. They are aligned in very much. You see, the Buddha wisdom, without the technology, he be able to see it. He don't need technology. And he thought this is more than 2,500 years ago. On the week number 5, feel the rising of the common wind, name holding on it. Due to the power of this common wind, it so the suicide of the buttock, the two shoulder, the torso, and the head. This is the head. But I think buttock is down here, right? And the two shoulder. Week number 6, feel the rising of the common wind named Vivam. Due to the power of this common wind, it formed 2 arms and 2 feet. 2 arms and 2 feet. 2 arms right here and 2 feet right here. That's beautiful, right? Feel the rising of the common wind named complete transfer. Due to the power of this common wind, the fetus show 2 hands and 2 feet, 2 hands and 2 feet. Feel the rising of the common wind named movement. Due to the power of this common wind, the 10 finger and 10 toe are created. You 10 finger and 10 toe are created. Feel a rising of the common wind named scatter. Due to the power of this common wind, it gave birth to the different form: face, ear, nose, mouth, urination, and defecation. Wow. That means nose, mouth, urination, and defecation. That means bowing, right? And face and ear. You see that? Face and ear. Week number 9, roughly the size of a grave. No, sorry. Week number 10, feel the rising of both common wind named 31st and the universal door. Due to the power of these two common winds, these two winds make the fetus firm and full as if the canyon. That means this one become very firm, very sturdy. Feel the rising of the common wind named diamond. Due to the power of this common wind, it caused the fetus. 9 place, that means 9 place in the body. 2 ear, 2 eye, 2 nose, mouth. The expectation, that means where we go in the bowing. And urination are well formed. Her hand and feet were moving. The mouth is bleeding with bruising blood. Nose is watering. Okay, now today we will stop right here. You see, this I have 38 weeks here. And all this thing here is very interesting teaching. And that therefore, when we understand this, the mother go through a lot of suffering. And we have to respect them and respect our parents the most. Okay, we will stop right here, but before we stop, I want you to we do 1 minute meditation, maybe. Okay, keep your back straight, your neck straight. Close your eye, inhale and exhale to the nose. You count 1, inhale and exhale to the nose. You count 2, keep going. Don't hold your breath. If you see your monkey mind, come back to your inhale and exhale and counting. If you lose track of your counting, stop from 1, all right? One, two, three, start it. Close your eye. Okay, all right, how many go?
59.
How many?
59.
59, okay. Can you read this thing for me, please? Put our palm together.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with living. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruit of peace with the heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Good. Thank you, Frank. Okay, hold on. So